on a date. And she said, okay, I'll call her. So she called me and I came down.
That Saturday again? Or Friday night?
Yeah.
Was it Saturday or a Friday night for the second date?
Saturday.
Saturday, okay.
Yeah.
And where'd you go for your second date?
We went to the, what was the name of that place? That was another dance place. Can't think of the name now. Anyway, was in St. Louis. And we're dancing again and singing and the same thing we did before. And I said, you know, I have to be in by 12 o'clock or I'm out of here. He says, I know, and I heard you say that. He said, we'll be home. And it was cold then, you know. He had his big overcoat on. And I was home in time and everything. And so then we had kept having dates after that.
So did he come every Saturday?
That was his, yeah. That was his first time in St. Louis when I met him.
Oh.
It was my first time at the USO. So we had it pretty well lined up, you know. And so that went on for he was there for about 3 months at MacDill. And
so he was stationed at MacDill Air Force Base?
Yeah. And then he was transferred to Casper, Wyoming. And we called each other. He says, how about coming over and see me? I said, well, I don't know. I'll see what I can arrange. So when I went over there, flew over there.
Okay, so 3 months he's there, and then he goes to Casper, Wyoming, but I think I'm missing some of the story here.
Huh?
So when did you have your first kiss?
Oh, that was long ago.
Was it the first date, the second date, third date?
Or the second date, I guess.
So the first date, you counting the first date when you met him and he asked you for a dance, or you counting the first date the next week when he came to pick you up?
Yeah. I counted that the second date.
Oh, so he picks you up the second date and already he kisses you.
Yeah.
How'd you like that?
Okay. Yeah, he was a gentleman about everything. Not the kind that, you know, try to take advantage of you or whatever.
Yeah.
And I noticed he was kind of a silent person, like he was. Just like he was. And we talked about a lot of different things.
What'd you talk about?
About my job and how I came to St. Louis and all that. And he told me about him graduating, you know, from high school, and then his mother died, and he joined the service.
And Dad's mother died when he was how old?
Yeah.
How old was Dad when she died?
I think he was ready for, you know, about the ages of going into being allowed in the service. 18, 19, something like that.
And how old was his mom?
She was only 40.
And what was her name? Grandma Crane?
Pearl.
Pearl?
Pearl.
So Pearl and Earl.
Yeah.
So is that why they named him Earl?
I don't know.
To match with Pearl?
I don't know. Maybe so.
And Dad's Grandpa Crane's name was
Louis J.
Louis J. Crane.
Oh, his father?
Yeah, his father's name.
His father was Frank.
Frank Crane.
Frank Crane.
And Frank and Pearl.
Yeah.
And then Dad had how many brothers or sisters?
His dad. Our dad.
Yeah, Earl had how many brothers and sisters?
He had 2 brothers and 2 sisters. Or was it 3 brothers? No, 2 brothers and 2 sisters. He had Pete, and Pete went in the service too. But, what the heck was his first name? I forget now. What his oldest brother was. I forget his name.
Ralph?
Ralph. Yeah, Ralph. Ralph and Pete and Millie and Tommy. They called her, but it wasn't Naomi. Was her real name. But they called her Tommy.
So Earl kisses you on the second date, which is really the first date, because the first time you met wasn't a date, it was a dance, and turned into a date.
Right.
After the fact.
Yeah. Oh, we need money here too, huh? Shoot, I wish I'd have got some money.
I don't, I'm sorry. Can you take a credit card?
Huh?
Can you take a credit card?
No, I got it.
Sorry about that. Thank you. It's still a lucky
Yeah.
blue marble, isn't it? So other than dancing and going to the
from
USO,
there, from Casper, Wyoming, he went to England.
now when you went to visit him in Casper, Wyoming, how'd you do that? Did you fly? You drive?
Fly, yeah. Flew.
And who paid for that?
I did because I was working.
And you tell your mom you were going?
Oh, yes.
What'd she
She
think of
didn't
that?
care for that too much.
Going
She
to
says, we don't even know him. We don't even know him. I said, Mom, he's a very nice person and a gentleman. Believe me. I said, remember when you fell in love?
what'd she say to that?
Oh, yes, she says, I know when I fell in love.